What's up, everybody? So basically what I'm doing today is I'm gonna go ahead and heat this thing up because I went ahead and I installed my electric fans. So what I'm gonna do is let this thing kind of just warm up and everything like that, and so I can see what's going on with it. And yeah, I want to see if the fans cut on when they're supposed to, because I told them, you know, I told it was 2 electric fans instead of, you know, the belt-driven one. So I just got to see if that's working now that I've got it hooked up. I've showed you how to wire up the relays and everything like that. It's very, very easy. Right now I'm just, as you can hear, I'm just chilling. It's all running pretty good. Let me get this thing to stop. There you go. Yeah, it's all running pretty good. But yeah, hold on. Yeah, it looks the same. Okay, so I'm just gonna sit here and let it do its thing. We're up to 104 right now. I want it to go all the way up to the 180, you know, 190-ish, and you know, see what happens with it. See if it cools down. I know I need some more radiator fluid or some more water put in there. But I gotta let that thermostat open up so that it'll actually flow it. And I was just kind of afraid to do it without the fans in place. So now I can let it do its thing. So I'd like to see what happens, you know. So we're just gonna I'm just gonna sit here and idle. I'm not gonna put y'all through it where y'all gotta sit here and watch me do it and everything like that. So I'll cut to, you know, later. Okay, so it got up to 203 and the fans never cut on, not even once. So I need to look into it a little more, I guess, because I can't drive it without the fans because it heats up pretty quick. So I figured out what the issue was. The issue was that I had it set, the fans were set to come on at 284 degrees, which is fairly high. So I went in and I set them to, they come on at 180, well, the first fan comes on at 184, and the other one comes on at 194, and then they go off at 175 and 180, I believe. So now we're just waiting to see. It's only at 124. We're gonna let it get up to temp and see if those fans come on. I hope they do. To reach that temp, it's at 183, 185. So, that one's on. The other one didn't come on. But yeah, that one right there did not come on. This one was set for 194 and it never came on. This one's on, as you can hear. It's still running. It's gonna run for 30 seconds after the engine's off, just to try to help cool things down. And yeah, but for some reason that other one, it did not do anything. It did not come on for some reason. And like I said, that one actually could be down to just the relay not, you know, doing its thing. So I'm gonna let it cool down. I know that it's had plenty of time for it to circulate that water, so I should be able to add some water to the radiator now. So that's the plan. So I'm gonna take care of that here in just a second. What's going on, guys? Welcome back. So some of the things I figured out, it took me a little bit of time to try to figure out why it kept overheating. But in the end, what I ended up doing, and I should have done from the get-go, is anytime your vehicle, or not anytime, but you know, it's one of the things to check whenever your vehicle is overheating or whatnot, is to touch the top hose, which you shouldn't be able to, because if it's up to operating temp, it's going to be really, really hot. And then check the bottom hose. In my case, when I went to go touch the bottom hose, it was ice cold. And so that meant that the thermostat was not opening, and was not circulating the water. So that made sense as to why it was getting so hot so fast, because it was just, there was no real coolant or anything in there. I have since just removed it because I live in Mississippi. It's not really all that necessary. I also don't have a heater core, so I'm not worried about having it warmed up for the heater. I probably will get another one at some point. I will probably throw in a thermostat again, but for right now, it's gonna work fantastic. Right now, it's been idling for a while now, and it's taking a minute to get up there. It's only at 115, and let's see. I did some plugging of some holes too, so it's still kind of like whenever you like give the throttle kind of fast, it doesn't like it. But if you give it to it slow, it likes it slow. It just doesn't like it fast. That's what she said. Yeah, I'm gonna let her idle up some more. The fans, I figured out the fans. I don't know if I had mentioned it already or not, but I'll show you what happened. So on the fans, I had these 3 amp fuses here, and one of them looked like it could be bad. I wasn't sure, and in fact it was this one, and it was bad. So I ended up, replacing the fuse with a new one. Well, with one that wasn't blown, and it started working again. So now I have both fans operating, and so now I've just been trying to make sure that it's not going to overheat, and that way I can actually take it on a little ride, because it wants to drive. It really wants to, but yeah, I mean, it's only up to 131 degrees, so I might take it up and like make a little lap around I have a little shopping center up there, just to help it warm up or something like that. Let's take it for a ride, guys. Not gonna go far for the first ride. I should have backed up the other way, but I'm still getting used to it. shift in a second. I wonder if like, there she goes. She went in a second now. I had to manually shift her in a second. But the brakes are working. Just went on our first little drive, guys. I had to manually shift it in a second, but I never did check that transmission fluid, which I need to do. The temp only got to 185, as you can see, which is fantastic. And I mean, yeah. So I think I have a fault that I need to check out real quick and see what's up with that. And yeah, I'll show you that. So these are what I have here. I have a P01335, which is a O2 heater circuit, bank 1, sensor 1, which may mean that that sensor's bad. O2 circuit, no activity, bank 2, sensor 1. So I need to check that sensor as well. I might just replace that with just go ahead and get brand new ones there. Knock sensor 2, I knew that one was bad. I meant to replace that. I gotta take the intake manifold off to replace that. Fuel level sensor, I mean, I don't even have, I can get rid of that. That isn't a big deal. Let's see. Idle air control system, I'm sure it is higher than expected. And malfunction indication light, I don't even have that thing hooked up, so yeah, makes sense. All of those actually aren't that bad. A lot of those are kind of to be expected. I got a few parts from the junkyard, so the fact that the O2 sensors don't work, I'm not really that surprised. Yeah, and the knock sensor, that was that one. If you've not seen it in one of my other videos, I showed it to you. It was completely rusted, and I meant to replace it. I just haven't got to that yet, and I actually kind of forgot, to be honest with you. And then the idle air control, I might swap it out for the other one, because the one that's in there was a used one, and maybe it's actually bad. Maybe that was never the issue with the other shit. So I'm gonna throw that one in, throw the new one back in, and hopefully that helps that. Yeah, and then other than that, yeah, everything else is fine. She never got above, she got up to 187, and then she dropped back down to 185 because the fans work. Yeah, I had to shift her into second, so I gotta see what's up with that. I mean, I did rebuild the transmission, so you know, hey, that says it all right there. I rebuilt the transmission. So yeah, I also got to put some fluid in the power steering because I went to try to use it, and yeah, it didn't work. So, but yeah, other than that, let's see. Let's clear them and exit. And exit. There we go. Yeah, I mean, 190 it's showing right now because it's about to go back down. So she's not doing bad. I can't complain really. So I'm gonna go ahead and call it for now. I mean, I got to figure out the whole, you know, I got to run the exhaust out some more because the exhaust is a little yeah, it's a little ridiculous trying to drive it on the street like that. So it's like literally just turned down out the headers. So I'll need to run it out to some mufflers. I'll do that Friday. But for today, I think I'm gonna be good. It went down to the end of it went down my street, which is a plus. Which it hasn't done that in shit. For me, it's been like 7 months, 8 months since it did that. So, all right then. Sorry to bore you.